What's up, wrestling fans? Tony Mango here, welcoming you to another edition of the Internet Wrestling Community Outreach portion of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast for the week. Let's start things off with the Smark My Words, one of my favorite interactions that I've had between myself and you guys throughout the week. And I'm going to go with the popular opinion here and go with Stephen Wago, actually, for the winner. Usually I don't give the wins to any of us that are usually on the podcast and stuff like that, but I thought that this was a great comment. An Awesome Piano Man said specifically, seriously, Tony, give Wago the comment of the week. Ryan Hele, I don't know for sure, left a comment on the Sexiest Superstars tournament, how I had mentioned that AJ Styles was very up on the poll for best personality. I think he actually won it. I'm not too positive off the top of my head, but he said, us gays forgave AJ about that community because he's hot, which is in reference to how he had said in an interview something about the gay community, kind of like, you know, being anti-homosexual kind of contents and stuff like that, discriminatory and whatever like that. So Waco has told that story before. He thinks that it's like really, really a funny example of AJ Styles being, you know, raised from the South and stuff like that. But Waco's comment in response is, if you forgave, you know, AJ for that community comment, Wago says, forgave community, which just, I laughed my ass off when I saw that, and other people did as well, so fuck it, why not? Let's give it to Wago this week, with an assist from Ryan. So thank you to everybody who left comments all over the place on our YouTube pages, and on Twitter, and the website's comment sections, and everything else listed on the screen right now, including our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/themegamaniacs. That's where you're going to find us doing our live chats throughout the week, and on pay-per-views, and on different things like that, and that's also where we just bullshit randomly. So if you are on Facebook, join that group and have some fun with us over there. Start sending in your questions for the June mailbag special that'll be coming up in a few weeks. You can do so by tweeting at SmarkOutMoment with the hashtag mailbag, or you can leave an email through the contact form of the website, and when we get around to answering those questions, whether it's a wrestling-related one or something completely unrelated to wrestling, if you want to pick our brains about something, just ask us, and we'll try to answer it. If you want to help support the growth of Smark Out Moment for the future, there's a couple things that you should be aware of as far as monetary donations go. If you have the spare change and you want to toss it our way, PayPal is one option, the YouTube fan funding little module thing, or the Patreon account. And you can also buy t-shirts and other kinds of merchandise over at our Redbubble and our TeePublic shops. There's another 2 TeePublic shops for Fanboys Anonymous and A Mango Tees. Go check that out while you're at it too. But if you don't have that money, we understand completely. There's other ways that you can help us out, such as the Sign Me Up initiative. And for that, if you are going to a wrestling event, all you got to do is take a sign that says Smark Out Moment and show me a picture of yourself holding it up. But the most important thing out of all of that to help us grow our audience with our social media accounts is to do things like retweeting and following us on Twitter, liking and sharing our posts on Facebook, leaving your comments on the YouTube videos, hitting the thumbs up button on those videos as well, subscribing if you haven't already, and of course sharing everything on different websites. You can post stuff on Reddit, on message boards, wherever you're going to post it. As long as you're getting our name out there, it's definitely going to be helping us out, so it's all greatly appreciated. And the same thing applies to fanboysanonymous.com, my spot for movie reviews and other nerdy topics on the kind of like superhero spectrum and stuff like that. If you are interested in geeking out with me on that kind of stuff, head on over to fanboysanonymous.com, follow the Facebook and Twitter accounts there, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and do all the same kind of stuff that you'd be doing for Smark Out Moment. That brings us to the major topic of the video, the wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. Last week's question was just a kind of random thing that I had looked up, which was, which member of the current roster once went under the name Big Larry? Declan threw out the idea, saying, considering Luke Gallows used to be Sex Ferguson, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Gallows. No, it actually was Sami Zayn, oddly enough, in a pretty racist gimmick, which is hilarious considering Sami Zayn does not come off like that at all, so I guarantee he's not, like, you know, a racist actual guy, but it's like, the gimmick itself was, like, I never would have pictured him doing that kind of a gimmick. So I suggest that you guys go check that out. Look up Big Larry, Sami Zayn, and watch some of those promos because they're funny as fuck. That brings us to this week's question, where last week, actually, they did that segment with Alexa Bliss and Bayley. Bayley, This Is Your Life. Went down as one of the worst segments of the year, and they removed like all references to it. And now this week, they were making fun of it by saying, we should do Alexa Bliss, This Is Your Life. And Kurt Angle was like, that's one of the worst ideas ever, that kind of thing. So that got me thinking a little bit more about The Rock's original one. Mankind is out there. He's doing a very, very similar shtick, but for some reason, people like that old one. People don't like this one. I don't remember being the absolute biggest fan of the original one, but I wanted to go back and check it out a little bit. And in the meantime, I noticed a couple funny things. One of them was the fact that they've got a teacher in the midst, and they give her the name of Mrs. Betty Griffith. They say that that's his home ec teacher. And then on the screen, it says that his English teacher is Mrs. Schubert. So, weird botch when it comes to that thing or whatever. But during this segment, I wanted to give you guys some kind of an Ask Him that had to deal with it. And I figured, you know what? We do a lot of like stupid things that are like, oh, I'm trying to mince words here. And I was going to try to give you some kind of a question about like, what's the fire-related theme of this kind of, whatever, because of Great Balls of Fire. Fuck it, let's just go with the This Is Your Life thing. When it comes to Mrs. Schubert, the English teacher who's actually a home ec teacher named Mrs. Betty Griffith, what did The Rock criticize her for? That's your question. What did The Rock criticize Mrs. Betty Griffith for? If you think you know the answer, you want to leave a guess or anything else like that, drop your comments below. But that's it for this week's edition of the IWC Outreach. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and keep staying tuned to the channel and the website for more. The main event for this week is going to be the Sporkle quiz for the Money in the Bank, because I am kind of taking it a little bit easy this week. So you'll be seeing that next. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and I'm being counted out.